Why are there so many female Mercy mains? Many of the people who play Overwatch have probably started to notice that many girls gravitate towards Mercy, Diva, and in some lesser cases, Mei. So, why? A Redditor with a bachelor's degree in comparative cultural studies shares her perspective. Video games have traditionally been marketed towards boys, resulting in boys acquiring long-term transferable mechanical skills. Growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, most video games, especially shooters, were marketed towards boys, not girls. Think about what your gaming habits have been since you were a child. Lots of shooters. Many boys grow up learning shooter skills. So playing DPS comes naturally. I'm 25, and I have never played a shooter before Overwatch despite having been gaming since I was 10. You'll find that this is not uncommon with girl gamers. So what does one play when they want to contribute to the team and play with their friends? You play something that does not require a skill that you never learned growing up in the first place. Boys are encouraged by society to be aggressive and enjoy competitive activities, physical and digital. It's considered normal for boys to like these things. Girls, on the other hand, are generally socialized to be caring, considerate, and nurturing, and to demure rather than assertive. Guess what role in Overwatch allows girls to express these traits? Healers and support. I think this is why you see a higher percentage of women in support and healer roles in games like this, as well as MMOs. Women are more likely to make compromises to keep the peace or to encourage teamwork. This is a product of cultural socialization. Why did I learn support when I used to play League of Legends? No one else wanted to play it and would always argue over it, so I did it to stop the arguing and feel like I was being very useful. Me personally, I am a spike. This means I will play whatever is meta that is most needed and most likely to secure the win. I like winning over anything else, so I'll make sure support is filled, since in a competitive match, you really can't win without a healer. At the same time, I really enjoy taking care of my team, and most of my regular comp partners jokingly call me Mom. The design of characters in Overwatch is very diverse and female-friendly. None of them are blatant sexual objects, except maybe Widowmaker, who embodies the femme fatale trope, but there are all kinds of body types and ages, mothers, daughters, and even a mecha centaur. This may be the reason why Overwatch enjoys nearly a 20% female population compared to the 7% average that is seen in most FPS games, and the 10 to 15% or so that is usually seen in MOBAs. When choosing a character to main, a lot of women will choose what they identify with, or that is most accessible to play. Who is easiest to play if you didn't grow up playing shooters or never learned to aim? Mercy. Another one I hear people mention is that they think girls play Diva a lot. Guess what? Diva's a normal looking girl like many girls who play games, and they identify with her on a personal level. Unfortunately, women may also feel like they cannot practice new roles or request to play DPS because A, they don't want to be harassed or have to argue for their role, or B, they don't want to have a bad game or a game where they're clearly learning something new and then fulfill the women are bad at video games stereotype. Cyael here, and I feel the last point is the most significant. As an extremely aggressive and effective DPS, being viciously and verbally critical of someone not fulfilling their role is almost natural. Among guys, sometimes it can be a figurative bitch slap to force them to perform better, if only to prove they're not trash. I can tell you most of the fun that I've had gaming has been riling people up in Halo 3 or Modern Warfare 2's lobbies to play a game where I knew that they would be trying their hardest, if only to shut up this asshole. Me being the asshole in these instances. But to a support in earshot who's listening to this angry whining, a girl, who likely does this exclusively as a way to share an experience with you or other people, it's potentially distancing them from ever even wanting to attempt classes whose performance is normally the target of considerable scrutiny. These girls fly to you and heal you up and take damage for you and keep quarters in your machine, as not to interrupt your experience, figuratively. Show that same care in return and be less critical and more nurturing, especially to those willing to learn. As one of these try-hard Overwatch players, to all the Mercies, I'm so sorry. And you're amazing. But sometimes with these guys, and I guess even me occasionally, it's everybody's fault but our own.
Well, that didn't work out well for me.